my friends, this is Austrian Stacker. I hope you're all doing very well. I've watched a video today on Fish's awesome channel. I follow his channel, I think, since day one, and there is definitely a lot of really good content, a lot of good food for thought, but I sometimes disagree with my friend, and this is why I decided to make this video. Stay tuned. Hello my friend, thanks for tuning in and welcome to a new video. As said, this will be a kind of a commentary video on one of Fish's videos. As already said, good food for thought, a lot of very interesting topics. And I want to give you some comments on what Fish said, because as said, I agree on a lot of things he said. I disagree on some of the things he said. And I know that Fish is somebody who loves interaction between channels and discussions, and he's one of the people you can really have respectful discussions with, and this is why I'm doing this. So actually, Fish started with a red stripe beer. I've tasted it once. It's okay. So this is actually what I'm drinking here. And he said this video was brought to you by Aloha Stacker because he got a coaster from him. My friend Aloha, I have basically everything your channel can offer. So I have your stickers, I have your magnets, but I never got a coaster from you. So I'll put the magnets here just to show that Aloha is also my friend. But look at that, I have a coaster from my friend Plumber Stacker. So I will put my Austrian beer on Plumber Stacker's coaster. Well, it's a nice setup, huh? So actually, Fish called his video That's why I will call my video Things Fish Believes in and Things Austrian Stacker Believes in. So this is actually what I'm going to talk about in this video. First thing Fish was talking about is things where you cannot change his mind, so things that are not disputable for him. First he mentioned his faith. Yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, you're my brother in Christ. The second thing he was talking about is his family. No, absolutely no discussion. Family is the most important thing on this planet. And then he talked about his country and his service for his country. Yeah, I agree 100%. I would just add, in these times we are living in, no country can exist alone without any allies, and I think this is something that's very important. And a lot of people get lost actually in nationalism and wrong understood patriotism. So I think it's very important to be patriot, and it's very important to support your country, but to never forget your allies. We live in times where you need allies, and yeah, where you should fight together for your values and the things your countries are standing for. So we talk about freedom, freedom of speech, religious freedom, and I think we should fight for this all together. So yes, I'm proud Austrian, I support my country, I served for my country, but I think we should not forget about our allies and about other countries, because in these times, yeah, you need this. Yeah, it's very important that we stay together, that we together fight for our values and for our freedom. And I think that the Western Hemisphere should stick together like never before. And I think this is something we shouldn't forget. So we should not just talk about our own countries. We should also think about our friends on this planet. And I think it's getting more and more important not to forget this. But I agree on all three topics with my friend Fish. So Jesus Christ, family, and your country, very important things, yeah. The first topic Fish was talking about was stacking consistently has a benefit in my life. And I couldn't agree more with this statement. Actually, stacking keeps you from wasting your money. So actually, stacking means you put your money into something with an intrinsic value. So your money is gone the same way like it would be gone if you buy something useless, but instead you have something with intrinsic value. And this can make a massive difference in cases of emergency, or if you want to invest in your own home, or I don't know, if you want to finance retirement or whatever. So stacking has massively benefited my life because I stopped wasting money. Before I buy something, I think about the need, yeah. So I decided not to buy a lot of things, because what I actually always did is, and the most important thing for me was to stop smoking, yeah. Because here in the European Union it's very expensive because there are massive taxes on it. And what I actually did is, all the money I usually spent on cigarettes. And I can tell you, this is what I needed daily, yeah? The value of these 2 coins is what I needed daily for cigarettes. Because I was a chain smoker, yeah? And this is the reason why I changed this. And what I did over the last 3.5 years since I stopped smoking is, I turned the money I usually spent on cigarettes either in silver, every month, step by step, filling up tubes, or I turned it into 1/10 of an ounce gold coins. And my friends, this is the reason why I have been able to fill up 3 1/10 of an ounce gold coin tubes, each of them holding 20, I repeat, 20 1/10 of an ounce gold coins. This is what had a massive benefit in my life, because as said, I stopped smoking and I turned actually money I actually literally burned in the past, I turned into gold and silver. And as said, I was able to fill up some tubes of silver, and I've been able to fill up 3 tubes full of 1/10 of an ounce gold coins, just by stopping smoking. So I would not say that stacking is the reason why I stopped smoking. Definitely not. I mean, it's for health reasons. So it became too much, and this is the reason why I said now I want to stop before I get serious health issues, or before I die from smoking. And I have to say, stacking was really a very, very good way to motivate myself not to start smoking again, yeah, because I could see all these tubes filling up with silver coins and all these tubes filling up with 1/10 of an ounce gold coins. And this is what kept me motivated, yeah. And I always said to myself, in the past, you simply burned it, stupid idiot. So now you're filling up tubes of gold and silver, yeah, God's money. So this is what kept me motivated, and this is why I agree with Fish. And in a case of emergency, or if you get retired, or if you want to pass it on to next generation, I think everything that has an intrinsic value is much better than wasting your money for things that actually already lost the value when you open the packaging. So I just found my old badge, so that was missing. So, second topic Fish is talking about was silver and gold are currently closer to the bottom than top. I completely disagree, my friend. I will tell you why. In relation to what? In relation to this or this? I made a video a long time ago. I will try to find it, and if I can find it, I will put a link into the description, where I made a lot of research. Actually, this was during the first lockdown, when I was at home for weeks and couldn't do anything. So I was really bored, and I did a massive research over hundreds of years, going back to the medieval ages and to the Roman Empire. And I tried to find out what was the buying power of gold and silver. So what could you buy with 1 gram of gold or whatever? And what I found out is the value of gold actually never changed. You could always buy the same things for the same amount of gold. It's crazy, isn't it? So actually, in the medieval ages, in the Roman Empire, yeah, whenever you check what you could buy for 0.1 gram of gold, it was always 1 bread. So the mistake we make a lot of time is we always think about worthless fiat currency when we talk about gold and silver. But this is wrong. Because this is the biggest mistake we've ever made, yeah? That we went away from the gold standard, but we're still comparing gold to printed paper, and it's nothing more than printed paper. So you cannot compare. It's my humble opinion, yeah? In my humble opinion, you cannot compare gold to paper. As said, if you go back in history, you could always buy a bread for 0.1 gram of gold. And if you have a look at the prices nowadays, guess what? It's still the same. And this is, I mean, of course, yeah, sometimes a bit more, sometimes a bit less, yeah. But on average, gold kept its value. And this is the thing why gold is such an important thing for human beings and our civilizations, because gold always kept its value, other than this completely worthless using printed paper. And this is why I do not really agree with you. Yeah, I think you should not compare it or bring it into relation with printed money, printed paper. You always need to check what can you buy for 1 gram of gold or 0.1 gram of gold. And throughout history, you always had to pay 0.1 gram of gold or the equivalent for 1 bread. And this is still the same, yeah? And this is why I do not see gold close to a bottom or silver shooting the moon or whatever. I don't care. I do not stack to become rich. I stack to freeze my buying power. And history proves that this has always worked with gold. And this is the reason why I stack. And this is why, my friend, I do not really agree with you on this point, because this is something that's missing from my point of view. Focus more on the intrinsic value and less comparison with this completely worthless, based on nothing, printed out of the air, fiat currencies. So the next topic Fish was talking about is bid versus ask matters more than spot price. Yes, I agree 100%. What I did in the meanwhile is I marked the points where we agree and nope, the points where we do not agree. So as said, I'm respecting your opinions, but I have another opinion on this point. And as said, I agree 100% also on the topic bid versus ask matters more than spot price. So a lot of people to care about spot prices too much. Know your markets, and actually I can just encourage people, make business within the community. In a lot of cases we do not need coin shops and dealers, especially the greedy ones. Yeah, we do not need them, and kick them out of the chain. Yeah, so a good example here is always the Maria Theresa Thaler. It's ridiculous what coin shops want to have for these Maria Theresa Thalers. And if I go there with example, I don't know, 20, 30 Maria Theresa Thalers, they do not even want to pay me spot for it, but then they're selling it for, I don't know, 2 times spot. So we do not need to accept this, and we do not need dealers to make good trades or to sell something. I get frequently contacted by 2 friends from Germany and a couple of friends from Austria. They know exactly what I like to stack and what I like to collect. And we always found a good way that was good for both of us. So most of them are even open and honestly telling me how much profit they want to make on this. They're telling me, for example, I bought it for 10, I want to sell it to you for 11 because then I make €1 per ounce profit, and this is what I want to have. So yeah, then it's absolutely fine. Yeah. So if there is still a potential left, yeah, so that I can sell it someone with a profit, then it's absolutely fine with me. And this is the way how we should cooperate within our community. And I think in a lot of cases we could get the precious metal dealers, especially the greedy ones, and the coin shops out of the chain. Yes, we don't need them to trade and to buy things from each other and to pass things on. So I think this is a very important point, and I think a lot of people care about the spot prices too much. I heard a lot of people saying they completely stopped stacking because of high spot prices. Doesn't make any sense from my point of view. As Fish said, and I couldn't agree more, yeah. So why shouldn't I buy something now for the same price I was willing to pay, I don't know, last month, if just the premiums and the spot price changed a bit, yeah. So as long as it stays the same, why shouldn't I? The important thing is you have to know your market, and you have to know what you can sell easily. And stacking Maria Theresa thalers here in Austria is something where you cannot do anything wrong. And on the other side, stacking, I don't know, $half or Mercury dimes in the US is something which is a good idea because you can sell it easily. Yeah? Here in Austria, it's not so easy to sell US constitutional silver. This is the reason why I don't have a lot of it. Even if I love it, yeah, I'm collecting it, but I don't stack it. And this is what you need to know. Know your markets, know where you can sell your products, your coins easily, because in a case of emergency, you need to do it in advance before you have to sell it. Because if you have to sell it quickly, then you should know where to go. Otherwise, you lose a lot of money. This happened to some friends of mine who actually went all in on gold and silver, and they forgot to stack cash, and then they had to sell it, and they lost a lot of money. So you need to do this in advance. I know exactly where I could sell everything I have, except some collector items I just have because I love them. Yeah, like all this hand-poured silver I have from my friends, 49's Fine Silver, Backyard Bullion, or Cornwall, UK. I wouldn't know where to sell this quickly, but I have it because I love it. Yeah, so this is another story. But 99% of my stack, I know exactly where I could sell it quickly, and this is why I don't have to care about the spot price too much. You need to know the price for which you can sell the coins you have. Then you don't need to care about spot too much. So, and with all of this blah blah blah, I actually already made my comment on Fish's 4th point on his list, which was, I think it was like, why you were willing to buy something last month at a certain price, plus a certain premium, and why would you not buy it this month at a price that is cheaper overall, yeah, even if the premium is higher. And I think this is a very important topic, and as already said, yeah, I don't want to repeat everything I already said again, but people are focusing too much on the spot price. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm checking the price, and I'm checking what's the potential there. And I might be wrong, yeah, I mean, that's part of the game, but I always check what's the potential there. For example, if I buy a coin with massive premiums for 20, and I think the potential within the next 5 years, and I never think in weeks or months or something. I always think in years, because stacking is something for the long term. So if I see the potential at 30 or 40, I buy it. And this is the reason why I don't care about premiums too much. And this is why I do not go into discussions anymore about premiums on fractional gold. I love fractional gold because it's easier to sell. And for me, it's as said, I want to freeze my buying power. I stack for the long term. This is why I don't care about the premiums on 1/10 of an ounce gold coins. Because I see the potential, I believe in this potential. So if I want to sell it, for example, in 5 or 10 years, I'm 100% sure that I will make a profit with this coin. As said, I don't want to get rich. I just want to get the same buying power out of it that I put in. So I want to freeze my buying power. This is why I am stacking. And I don't want to get rich with it. I don't see the potential in precious metals to make us rich. I do not see silver shoot the moon. As said, I just want to freeze my buying power. That's it, dot. And I think this was the most important thing to say. And as said, great video, Fish. Again, good food for thought. I love your channel. Please keep on doing what you're doing. And what I really like is that you're a person who accepts other opinions. I'm always trying to express it respectfully if I disagree. Unfortunately, there are some channels who cannot take any criticism, or who cannot accept that there are people with other opinions. And especially when people are telling wrong things, or when people are uploading bad researched videos and they are on a topic where somebody else knows a lot about it, then you should accept this feedback. But unfortunately, there are some people who cannot take this. So Fish is one of the people, if you approach him respectfully, he's always able, or he's always willing to accept feedback, even if you disagree. So this is something I really appreciate, my friend. Thanks for that. And I'm looking forward to your comments on my video, so I hope you watch it. I don't know. Thank you for what you're doing. I really like your channel. I appreciate your work. Stay safe and healthy. God bless you. And I hope you're all having a great weekend. See you next time. Servus.